Hello, this is JJ at pianodownloads.com, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a piano library that I like pretty much. A friend of mine, he goes by the name VG Soundtrack Guy, sampled an MKS20 at 96K 24-bit. So a lot of people think, well, 96K, that's pointless because you can't hear over 22K, but don't get confused. Sampling rate is the amount of points that it takes to draw the waveform, not the. It has nothing to do with frequency. Your audio is going to be your audio. Some people get confused because of a little something called the Nyquist theorem, which says that you have to sample at twice the frequency of the highest frequency that's being recorded, or anything above half of the sample rate will start to be heard as lower frequencies. But that doesn't mean you raise a sampling rate not to capture frequencies that you can't hear. That makes zero sense, and you're not a dog, and you're not going to be able to hear over 18, 19K if you're an adult. Children can hear at 20K. But again, it's the amount of points. If you need an analogy, think of it as the assignment you got in second grade where you connect the dots and you make the picture. The more dots you have, the more detailed the picture is. The same thing applies with sample rate. The more dots you have, the more authentic your waveform will be. With that said, 24-bit just means the amount of headroom you have. Of course, if you have a 24-bit word, all zeros would be zero, all ones would be the loudest, and you have all that headroom in between. So now what I'm going to do, now that you've been schooled on bit depth and sample rate, is I'm going to play you an unnamed MKS library, and then I'm going to play you VG Soundtrack Guys MKS library. And I'm not going to tell you which is which, so I may be playing it now. For all you know, this is Video Game Soundtrack Guys EP2 sound. Or it may not be. So this is A, this is B. A, B. A, right? B. So, 96K makes for a smooth transition. Could you hear the difference? If you couldn't hear the difference, then by all means stay at 48K, 41. Your computer will work less hard. I ran the 96K version of the MKS, that Video Game Soundtrack Guys 96K version. I ran it during choir rehearsal. My computer was hot as a cookie sheet. So mind you, your computer will work harder, but if you're recording, you've got the horsepower, by all means, sounds good. Okay. This is A, this is B. So, okay, A was the A was the unnamed MKS library. B was Video Game Soundtracks MKS library. Let me give you Video Game Soundtrack Guy MKS library. Let me play a blend for you. This is EP2 mixed with Galaxy Piano. Nice and worshipful. So, right? And very nice, very worshipful. Check it out. Right, let me play you Piano 1, Video Game Soundtrack's rendition of Piano 1. My fault. That's not bad. That sounds very good. So it's really up to you. You want to run 96K, you better have the horsepower. My rule is, sample as high a sample rate as your computer can handle. And when you mix it down to 44.1, you'll get better results than if you started at 44.1. May start some arguments with some people that are just stuck on 44.1. If you're stuck on 44.1, you're stuck on 44.1. But let your ears be the judge, and hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much.